I think the most interesting thing that I want to dive into today is some of the career decisions you've made.
Sure.
So let's first start off. Tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of your early work. When you were 19 years old, you worked with best-selling authors. You worked with people like Robert Greene and Tucker Max. Okay, how did that happen?
It was a very weird time, just for me personally, and sort of the industry. That it was a time when like the people were getting book deals from the internet, and I was a big fan of one of those authors, which was Tucker Max. And I was in college at the time, and I was writing. I had a column in like college newspaper, which like basically anyone could do. But I thought like I'm going to use this column. I'm just going to reach out to like anyone that I like. And so I reviewed his website.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So first of all, everyone loves to be reviewed or interviewed, especially in the early stages of their career.
Yeah, he wasn't getting written about all the time. And most of the people who wrote about him were writing about him in a very like dismissive way. And he and I are very different people. Like his stories are about like drinking and hooking up. And at that time, and still like, that's not like, I've had the same girlfriend for like 7 years now. Like I don't drink. So we're very different people. But like I saw something in his work that I really liked, and I think he appreciated that I wrote about it in a deep, appreciative, but not a fawning kind of way. That the New York Times had written about him, but they didn't write about him that way, and that's where that connection came from.
Got it. So you go to him, you write a review about his website,
right?
And he sees something in you, and he starts engaging with you on like a free internship level.
Yeah.
So what are you doing at this point?
And at first I would just look for like any excuse to email him that wasn't like bothersome. So I'd be like, hey, like I read this article, like maybe you would like it. What do you think? Just sort of creating a rapport. Like I think a lot of people think that sort of like internships or like mentorships are these like very like official things. Like I get emails from people now, they're like, I would like you to mentor me.
Yes, I'd like you to be my mentor.
Right.
And what are you supposed to do with that email?
Right. It doesn't make any sense. And it sounds very intimidating and difficult. Like it's like, I don't want to sign up for that. It seems like a lot of like responsibility. So like, no. But this was like a very unofficial, gradual thing that sort of evolved over time, which is like how I think they work best. And so, you know, I would ask questions, I would find things that I thought he wanted. And then I think one day, he lived in New York at the time, and I was going to be in New York for some reason. And I said like, hey, I'm going to be here. Will you sign like my, you know, we've been talking for a year. Will you sign my, like a copy of the book that, you know, of your book. And like, I want to ask you some questions. And then we sat down, I think we got like coffee or lunch or something. And I was like, look, like I noticed this thing on your website. I think he had a bunch of unsold advertising inventory, if I remember correctly. And I had some idea for what he could do with it. And I was like, I'm not asking you to pay me. I'm not asking for like a handout, or I'm not asking you to take me under your wing. Just let me try this. And if it works, like awesome. And if not, like, and I don't think it ended up working out. But the point was, I took some initiative. I had a real tangible suggestion that was basically all upside for him. And I worked hard and I was reliable. And the next time he had something that he actually needed someone to do, I was the person that he asked.